की जय। योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया।
योगी राम सूरत कुमार,
योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु। योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, गुरु राया।
योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया।
राम 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 योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया। योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया। Rama 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 राम 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 भगवान श्री योगी राम सूरत कुमार की जय। सर्वं योगी राम सूरत कुमारार्पणमस्तु। English. Why to speak in English? That's all. With his profound and prolific blessings, we have all been able to gather here and sing his powerful name. And in gratitude and adoration of this grace, we have offered the Nama lotuses at his lotus feet. Likewise, we must also continue to offer the Seva lotuses. And what do we mean? Every action that falls into our hand is his action, and knowing it, we should do everything as his instrument, as his seva, so that we offer every seva even as we would offer a lotus at his feet. We have gone through Bhagavan's teachings on the ashram. From today, we have to start the chapter on Nama. Now, before starting it, we must understand why we should chant the name at all. So why should we chant the name at all? What is so beneficial about it? We have to understand that our body has been created by God and life has been put in this body by Him, who is the indweller, right inside each of us. God is dwelling and He is sustaining our very breath. And now, when somebody asks us, "Who are you?" What do you say? "I am so and so. I'm a woman. I'm a man. I'm a boy. I'm a child." And if you ask an ant or a fly or a mosquito, they will all say, "I'm a fly, I'm an ant, I'm a mosquito." So this I am. When you ask a tree, if the tree could speak, it would say, "I am a tree." The animals would say, "I'm a monkey, I'm the lion." So in all this, what is common is I am. And the third word alone differs. So and so. This difference in so and so is of the world. This I am, which is common to all, is the indweller, the antaryami, the Chaitanya within. It is this Chaitanya within us which created this body in the first place through our parents. And it has put the life also, that is the in-breath and the out-breath in the body. And what is more, this Chaitanya is sustaining the breath. Now this Chaitanya is pure consciousness, but it is supreme intelligent consciousness. It is supreme intelligence and it is supreme consciousness. What do we mean? With the supreme intelligence, it has created a whole universe. How meticulously every object, every being has been created with what sophistication. So the intelligence is supreme and it is conscious, it is supreme consciousness, which means it is conscious of everything. Ishvara is conscious of what is happening in this world, every nook and corner. He is all-pervasive consciousness. He is all-knowing consciousness. He is all-powerful consciousness. Now the supreme intelligent consciousness within us is what we call God. This is I am. This I am is common to all the beings. Now, for a certain reason, this supreme consciousness takes the avatar of Rama, takes the form of Rama, conducts its leelas, creates Ramayana, and is drawn back. Similarly, the same Chaitanya becomes Krishna, plays his leelas, and then is withdrawn. Now, the supreme consciousness, when it wanted to create, it took the form of Brahma, and it took up the profession of creating. And the same supreme consciousness became Vishnu with the form of Vishnu and is protecting the whole cosmos. When the world has to be destroyed, then it takes the form of Rudra, and then it dances its way into destruction of the whole universe. So once again, all the objects of the world, all the beings of the world will become the supreme consciousness. And there will be nothing else, no one else. Now this supreme consciousness has taken the form of Rama when it was necessary. The same thing has taken the form of Krishna when that was necessary. Now in this Kali Yuga, it has taken the forms of the varied Mahatmas. So the Mahatmas we worship, they are the forms of the supreme indweller inside us. So the name of the divine, when we worship Rama, Rama is the name of the divine. And it is Rama who is divine, who is residing inside us as the supreme. When you call out to Krishna, then the supreme indweller takes the form of Krishna and blesses you. When you call out to Shiva, the supreme indweller, the supreme divinity, that intelligent consciousness takes the form of Shiva and blesses us. So, the name that you chant is the name of the divine. The supreme indweller has taken the form. So when you call out the name, the all-pervasive supreme consciousness, which has been only a witness all along, has now become your personal God. It's only when the supreme indweller becomes your personal God, Rama, Krishna, Shiva, Buddha, Allah, Jesus, whatever, he responds to your prayer. He participates in your life. he becomes your personal God. Until then, he is only a witness. Though he is residing in all of us, he will not participate in your life. Even if you plan to kill somebody, he would just be witnessing it. He would not stop you from doing it. So when you call out the name, instantly the witness consciousness becomes your personal God. And then he responds to you. So it is very important that you call out the name so that your personal God is instantly present in you, and he is looking at your mind. He knows your prayers, your thoughts, your struggles, and your needs. He will respond and do the needful when he chooses to do, and only when he chooses to do, it will be something special. He will not cater to your pressing him down. He will not cater to your pressures. He will cater to your needs, and that he would do only when he chooses. So the Nama is very important because the divine indweller who remains as a mere witness consciousness he comes alive in the form of your personal deity. And then he begins to take care of you. And that's what we want. We who have been going through so many sufferings in life, we need protection. We need help. We need guidance. We expect all this from God. So if we want all this help, then we have to call him out with a name so that he becomes instantly our personal God and responds to our needs. So it is very important that we chant the name, because in the Nama, Nami lives in his full glory. And he comes instantly alive when we call out the name. And that is why the Nama chanting is very important. Now when we call out the name Yogi Ram Sarat Kumar, that supreme Brahman, the supremely intelligent consciousness residing within all the beings of the world, all through the cosmos, will assume the form of Yogi Ram Sarat Kumar and will begin to respond to us. He will give us help when we need it, clarity in thinking when we are confused, and protection when we are in danger. So we need to call out the name. So let us remember the Antaryami, the Parabrahman, the Chaitanya lives in all beings of the cosmos. He is common to all. It is he who is I am. When we say I am so and so, this I am is this indweller. So and so is your body. When you identify yourself with the body and say, I'm a man, I'm a woman, then the God within does not respond to you as a witness, only as a personal God when you call out his name. Most of the time in life, most of us live with the identity of the body. If you ask everyone here who you are, immediately you'll say, I am so and so. So we live in the world of so and so's. We live in the world of Maya. We live in this world with our identification with the body. So it is necessary to have a personal God who would respond to your needs. And we give a name. Every form has a name. So if we call out to Yogi Ram Sarat Kumar, the Parabrahman, the Chaitanya, the indweller living inside us would immediately come alive as Yogi Ram Sarat Kumar. And then he begins to respond. So let us remember this very clearly and understand why we have to call out the name, so that Nami will be present to do what we require, what we pray for. So we should start with what Bhagavan has to say about Nama. The first thing is, he says, when you chant the name of this beggar, Yogi Ram Sarat Kumar, it not only helps you, the chanter, it helps the people around. It helps the whole world. And what's more, it helps this beggar's father's work. Just one single name, Yogi Ram Sarat Kumar, just see how much help it renders. It helps you, the divine Shakti of the Nami, helps you, the chanter, and people around you, and the whole world, and of course, his father's work. So when a single Nama gives so much benefit to all of us, should we not be taking it all the time? It's only when you take the name, he's vibrantly alive in you. So you have to catch him with the name. Otherwise, he slips in. He slips into your witness consciousness. So let us remember Bhagavan saying that when you chant the name Yogi Ram Sarat Kumar, you not only help yourself, but also the people around and the whole world and this beggar's father's cosmic work. We have to bring it to our mind because we cannot go out to do any social service. But if you just stay put wherever you are and call out the name Yogi Ram Sarat Kumar, you are helping the whole world. You are doing social service to the whole world through the name Yogi Ram Sarat Kumar. And what is more, you are helping his father's work, which means you are doing Guru Seva. It is at once your sadhana and Guru Seva. It is at once the Nama and the Seva. What more can you ask for? How easy the sadhana has become. So let us remember to call out the name, and let us also remember that the divine present in all the beings of the cosmos will immediately respond to you as the Nami of the Nama that you call out. He becomes your personal God. Then he cares for you in a way you understand. We shall now offer our today's prayer at the lotus feet of Bhagavan. Bhagavan, we beg you again and again, 1,000,000 times, for your immediate divine intervention to change the way of the world. For there is so much violence all around. We are even afraid to hear the news. We beg you to bring in peace, harmony, discipline and order into the lives of people so that they will live a dharmic life with remembrance of God. For that is what is the goal of life. We also beg you to stop this war that's going on between two countries with its own justification, but with disastrous results, so that peace be prevalent everywhere. And Bhagwan, we also beg you that you bless this world so that there will be not even the mention of the word war among the countries of the world. We beg you again to keep under control the sudden attacks of those cruel diseases and the violent furies of nature and the devastating accidents. We beg you again to uproot all the negativities of the human mind, all the asuric thoughts which are responsible for the violence of the world today. Wherever people live, whatever country they belong to, whatever language they speak, whatever religion they have embraced, everybody, without exception, even including avatars, goes through the effects of their past karmas. So there is sometimes great agony and suffering for people, also for the people who do not believe in the theory of karma or rebirth. They too are attacked by their past karmas, and that without any help or protection. The law of karma is precise and relentless. It will not spare anybody. All the same, we beg you, Bhagwan, to reach out to all those people all over the world who are suffering because of their some past actions, and that without help or protection. We beg you again to protect all those unselfish people who have been working hard for the welfare of the others. From what? From unnecessary, unworthy, unhealthy remarks of criticism and aspersion. We also beg you to promote the economy of the country and the growth in varied fields of activity, right from science and technology up to spirituality, so that it reaches that highest status of the world teacher. For what? To conduct the whole world in the path of Dharma. Bhagwan, we pray to you in all intensity, earnestness, and sincerity for ceaseless and joyful chanting of your powerful name, an unbroken remembrance of your leelas and teachings, so that we bring it to our mind again and again, assimilate it and make it into our Atma Shakti. We beg you to bless all of us to be only sattvic instruments in your hands and not rakshasic elements. Please beg our everyday life so that, please bless our everyday life so that we run it as an offering to you and not be caught by the temptations of Maya. We also seek that ultimate state of being, the state of bliss and peace of yours. But then we know we need to be purified. Our minds are full of desires for worldly possessions, and apart, it's also filled with the vasanas, the residual latent tendencies of our past karmas. So what happens to our mind because of all that? There will be a sudden attack of fear at any age. You do not even know why this fear occurs and what you fear. You only know that you fear something all the time. And this deepens and deepens. Finally, it becomes a killer fear. So pathetic. So many people come here with a kind of fear and they say, we do not know what we fear. And there is this poisonous vicious, anger, jealousy, and vengeance. There is an attack of passion and sorrow. All these emotions run our life to our great suffering. Even when we have so many blessings from Bhagavan and life is moving on relatively comfortably, we still compare ourselves with other people and find out what we lack in. And then we hold on to it and we blow it out of all proportion and fall into depression and medicine. But the saving grace is Bhagavan's thunderous declaration that the name of the Divine is a very powerful weapon against all these negativities of the mind. It is required for the purification of our mind. Bhagavan, we take refuge in your powerful name and beg you for our early purification. In this world, wherever we live, whatever work falls into our hand as our duty, we know that it is all your work. We should be able to do it in the spirit of service to you, and that joyfully, without any unhealthy competition or jealousy, so that every work that we do will become our Atma Shakti. Otherwise, it becomes mere karma, even if it is dharma that you are doing, with the feeling that I am doing this dharma, even this dharma becomes karma. But if you do your karmas, your duties, with the feeling that I am only an instrument in the hands of God, He is doing it through me, I am only an instrument, then even your karmas become dharmas. And Bhagavan, we beg you to bless us all to practice acceptance of whatever life brings to us, be it a joy or sorrow. Coming from you, it can only be a great blessing. God will not harm us. We are His children. But He may want to transform us. And sometimes we know, even with our own children, unless we are very strict with them, and sometimes we may have to use the rod, sometimes we may have to give a beating or two if they don't come into control by our soft words. Like that, God uses our past karmas, past bad karmas, to give us a beating or two so that we'll come back to shape. So when a bad karma begins to take over, we know how the whole life overturns. We collapse. We resent God and His grace, feeling terribly let down. We try to move away from Him. And we begin to blame others very bitterly, saying they are responsible for our own failures, little realizing that our failures are of our own making because of our past karmas. But God, our Bhagavan, out of His compassion and generosity, puts a blessing even in the punishment. And what does it do? It pushes us back to God and teaches us profound truths. Every adversity will bring out a higher wisdom. And then you begin to understand that in this world, neither money, nor power, nor friends or relatives are your strength or protection. Only God is your strength. He is your protection. As higher wisdom takes root in us, our mind becomes more and more pure, and God begins to reflect there with all His glory. Bhagavan, please bless us to know that for all the events of our life and the world, it is your will that's behind. Please bless us to be grateful to you even for the sufferings of life. For we know they are blessings, they are greater blessings in disguise, meant for our spiritual transformation, for our closeness to you. We also seek your powerful blessings for all the species of the cosmos to be lifted up to a higher plane. And finally, we seek liberation from the vicious cycle of births and deaths, because we have become tired of this game of life, alternate joy and grief and joy and grief. We become very sick of all this. We know the root cause of this is only utter selfishness, the ego I, the tyranny of I and mine that rules all our lives. We beg you, Bhagavan, to uproot this ego I, aham bhavam, and promote atma bhavam, so that we all be blessed with immortal life, eternal living in eternal surrender to you, or eternal servitude to you, that eternal supreme divinity. Jai Yogiram Sarat Kumar. This prayer may be very boring because it's being repeated every day, sometimes with almost the same words, but please know that they are very significant and necessary. They are the need of the hour, and these prayers have come from Bhagavan. So the more people join in this prayer, the greater will be the benefit for the world. Yogi Ram Sarat Kumar.